Welcome, my brother and sister, a prophetic word from the desk of the bishop. I am so delighted and excited to be with you again on this Tuesday to share with you another word from the desk of the bishop. I want to talk to you now from Romans 7. Paul writing to the Romans chapter 7 and began reading from verse 9. Listen what Paul said because he was speaking with a battle within himself. And brother and sister, when I tell you that we have a fight within ourselves, we do. A lot of folks don't know that, don't believe that, but there is a battle and there is a personal war going on between you and yourself. What do you mean? The spirit fighting against the flesh. Look at Paul if you think I'm wrong. Verse 9 in this chapter 7 of Romans. Paul said, "For I was alive without the law once. But when the commandment came, sin revived and I died." Sin revived and I died. The commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death. For sin taking occasion by the commandment deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, the commandment holy, just and good. Was then that which is good made death unto me? God forbid, but sin that it might appear sin, working death in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might be exceedingly sinful. It made it good, but it caused me to die. Paul said, when I once was alive without the law, but when the law came, it abided and I died. The change in me, Paul said, that taken place. Now the flesh fighting against the spirit. And these can be what you call contrary. Here Paul said, for we know that the law is spiritual, but I am consoled under sin. We know that the law are spiritual, but I am consoled, Paul said, under sin. Jesus had two new laws that he hung. The law when Christ came, love the Lord thy God, all thy heart, soul, strength, and mind. Love thy neighbors as thyself. These are the laws that we must abide by. Paul said the law is holy, but I myself, physically, flesh word, carnal minded, is sold under sin. For the which I do, Paul said, he said, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I'll do. That's a battle within itself. That which you allow not, he said. For that which I allow not, he said. That, he said, I do not. But what I hate, that I do. If then I do that which I would not, he said, I consent unto the law that it is good. Watch this. Now then it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. When you find yourself driven and being pulled or being persuaded to the wrong side of life. That's that flesh. That's that sin that dwelleth within that flesh of you. Paul said, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. That's why I tell folks be careful with the flesh. The flesh can be dangerous, dog. Don't trust your flesh. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. For no, he said, to will and present with me, for how to perform that which is good. Paul said, I find out. For the good, he said, that I would, I do not. But the evil which I would not, that I do. Now Paul said, if I do, Paul said, that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwell within me. Then Paul said, I find, brothers and sisters, then a law that when I would do good, evil is always present with me. I know you've been there where you try to do your best and your best it become your worst. And all that you have tried to accomplish and achieve and to reach look like you fail in all you're doing. And every time you go to think you got it going on and think that you are reaching something or coming to the head of something, there's something always to tear you down. Paul said, not sometime, brothers and sisters, but every time that I would do good, evil is always present with me. Paul said, for I delight in the law of God after the inward man, but I see another law in my memory warring against the law of my mind, bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my memory. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank God through Jesus Christ, our Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of God, but with the flesh, the law of sin. Walk in the Spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Keep that in mind today. We all got our differences. We all got our problems. We all go through these things. But the closer you are with Christ, and the more you walk in the light of Him, and walk in His will, in His way, and according to His commandment, you'll find yourself less stumbling and less falling. To God be the glory here to all the things that He has done. Every Tuesday, my brothers and sisters, right here from the desk of the bishop. Until then, see you